the humiliation that I endured from that man made me realize that I'm not one to go after anything. He would bring women, bagqoke izinto zami, my lingerie, and he would create videos. Then ngisendlini, he's watching the same videos ngisendlini. My grandmother cleaned me up. And my grandmother said, we're not going to tell anyone. That was the last straw.
Hello, welcome back to Jenny with More. My name is Michelle Moore and I am your host. Guys, if you want to come to our podcast, you write to the number that's popping on our screen and we will welcome you here. And guys, do like and share and of course subscribe. And today I have a very special guest. She is so special. You're going to know why she is special at the end of the episode. For now, you'll never understand. Well, she's going to introduce herself. I'm not going to introduce her at all. All I can say is she has a lot to offer. And another thing, guys, today we're more on healing, motivating, and trying to reach as many hearts as we can. My honey, take it away. Tell us who you are. Please tell my people your name and explain to them a little bit about yourself. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Michelle, for inviting me to your podcast.
Pleasure.
It is such an honor to be here. My name is Nozipho, and I am known also as Noluthando. I don't usually introduce or rather mention my surname for personal reasons. Maybe I'll get into it, but I just don't see any reasons for me to do that.
Okay.
I am a mother of 3. I am 38 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I am a psychic reader. Naturally gifted. I did not train for this. I did not get any assistance from anyone. It happened naturally for me. What else is there to say?
Well, if you think that's all you want to say about yourself, let's leave it
Absolutely.
there. Yeah.
All right. So I was 9 years old when I was in the same street that I currently live. So I was by 3 men. I still have a vivid memory of some of the things that happened, but I did lose some of the things that happened also. So I was from school on a Thursday afternoon and my grandmother wanted to send me to the shops to get her potato chips. I went out. I can't remember what I was dressed like, but I went out and one of the things that I used to do, mangtunyiwe, is just, throw money in the air, you catch it. And my grandmother saw that and she's like, if you lose that money, I'm going to hit you. But this is one thing that my grandmother never did. She never smacked us. She didn't beat us, ngendugu, or any other thing. She would just pinch us in our inner thighs.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went ahead with that until I got to the second house from the corner. It's the 5th house from my house, but the second house from the corner in my street. When I got there was a man standing at the gate. His name is Opa. That's as far as I know about this person because he was friends with one of my brothers at some point. So he calls me in and says, can I send you to get me a tissue? And also, I come from an era where you had to respond when an elder calls you. He was my elder. So I did exactly that, went in, and when I got there, he closed the door behind. Then 2 men came from the other room. He pushed me into the bedroom, so there was no door separating the kitchen and the bedroom. It was just curtains are beaded. So I went in there, he pushed me in there, and then there's a single bed. So this single bed is just on his, on the left side of the room.
Okay, can I come in before you continue? So this guy says to you, come here. You're a child, like Nana, come here.
Yeah.
Go buy me tissue. And then he says, come in. He gets you into the house.
Yeah.
And
I actually followed him.
Yeah, because you're a child.
I followed him into the house, and then he got in, I got in after, then he closed the door behind. So there were two guys that came in from the other room. So then he pushed me into the other room. Then I went onto the bed, like literally just fell onto the bed. When I got there, so they were just taking turns with me. You know, this one was busy with me, taking turns. And whilst doing that, they had a very huge one. And also this, I don't quite mention this, but this is also the reason why I didn't cook for a very long time. I started cooking in my marriage at the age of 25 because I was afraid of, I could not stand seeing an. So they had this huge over my neck, and they were just taking turns in army. Now, one thing I remember very well is that they fought amongst themselves because one was taking longer.
Sure.
And that's when I got a chance to escape. But all I remember is I was crawling down the stairs because Ikishilabo outside has stairs, you know, just tiny stairs. Yeah. So I crawled down. But after that, I don't know how I got home. I don't know how I got to the gate. It was also just their negligence because they got so distracted in what was happening with them or amongst themselves that I got a chance to leave. But honestly, I can't remember how I got home. All I remember is I was home and my grandmother wanted her money, but I didn't have imali yakhe. And I can't remember if I was crying or not. I honestly don't remember any of those details. So when I got home, ugogo ufuna imali and I don't have it, and she started, you know, coming for my thighs, but she realized ukuthi she has blood in her palms. Then she asked what happened. That's when I started talking. But when this happened, I was instructed not to tell anyone or else they would come for my family, the whole family. That was what they told me.
Sure.
If you tell anyone, we will the rest of the family. So, but I did tell my grandmother. My grandmother cleaned me up. And my grandmother said, we're not going to tell anyone.
It ends.
That's where it ended.
So
nobody knew. Nobody was told.
You were 9. There was no way you could say, you could feel like, no, but my grandmother should act on this. My grandmother should not conceal it. My grandmother, did you not feel anything like that afterwards as you were growing? Did you not feel like my grandmother didn't act on something she could have acted on?
Maybe in my adulthood.
Yes.
Because
in
my
then you were young, of course, we
definitely.
Thoughts
in
like
my
that.
adulthood, I had those thoughts. And it was just not about my grandmother alone. I also kind of blamed my mom. You know, I felt she could have been more protective. I don't know how. Maybe I kind of expected a lot from her. Maybe it was the anger.
Yeah.
Maybe I tried to blame somebody for what was happening to me. I honestly don't have all the answers. But in 2007, when my grandmother passed, it just so happened that she passed a week before my birthday also, on the 14th of March. So my birthday is on the 22nd. So Goka Shone, and that's when I had my first panic attack because I thought the very person that helped me carry this thing is no more. Yeah. Now how do I continue with my life?
Who am I with? Yeah.
You know, who's gonna believe me if I tell them Uguti Ngare mina? And I got admitted whilst,
After your grandmother passed?
It was during that week my grandmother passed. But I did not get admitted for a very long time. I went into hospital and because of the panic attack that I had, but I was also discharged. And, they thought that if mhlambe ngingabona my grandmother at the mortuary, maybe I will get some sort of healing. They thought it was just more about ugokwami because nobody knew what had happened to me. So on the day that they had to go cleanse my grandmother, thank you, they took me with.
Okay.
So we went there, but I was actually more traumatized than ever seeing her in that state. I loved her. I loved my grandmother. Even when she hid this, I didn't see it as her hiding it. I think it was some sort of some form of protection for me. So I was more traumatized and
sure.
Okay. I remember when I got to hospital, because after the funeral, I got admitted again. And I was seeing, I don't know if I should mention the name, my psychiatrist. Is it okay?
No, don't mention it.
Okay. I was seen by the first psychiatrist that ever saw me. She asked, I did open up for the first time. I told her
That was
that
the first one you ever saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told her what happened to me, and she asked me to write a letter to my grandmother and tell her everything.
I'm so sorry.
She actually said to me, tell your grandmother, say everything that you want to say to your grandmother.
I'm sorry. I don't want to run your
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
She told me to write a letter to my grandmother and say everything that I wanted to say. She said, pretend that you're seeing her and you're pouring your heart out to her. I did exactly that.
Losing your grandmother seems to have broken you in ways that maybe you have never really acknowledged. I don't know if acknowledged is the right word, but it seems to me right now like losing your grandmother has really...
I think I lost a part of myself when I lost her.
I can tell.
Because when I say I received some sort of protection from her, this is someone I would sleep with. Some days, I remember she'd say, your feet are so cold, and she'd rub her feet against mine so that she warms me up. So my grandmother loved me. And I'm saying this for the people that said, because people commented on my story and said, my grandmother failed me, and I don't think that was the case.
That is why I asked you that question. Not because I acknowledged their comment. No,
Yeah.
I was asking because I saw that those comments, and I thought like I want you to clarify how you felt, because that's all that matters. How you felt about the situation. Did you, like I asked you, didn't you feel like at any point didn't you feel like she should have done something about it? You told me you didn't feel that way. And I totally understand now that we're talking about it here. I totally understand why you felt like she was protecting me more than looking for that justice that, yeah, I understand you.
Yeah.
So I hope people at home can also relate to your story the way I'm relating to it right now as you're explaining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Based on that comment, by the way, based on that comment they made. She really didn't fail you. It was a form of protection. She did what she knew. She did what she felt was best at that time.
And I want to qualify what she's saying. I went through court at some point in my life with my ex-husband, and the humiliation that I endured from that man made me realize that I'm not one to go after anything. I don't want to open a case against anyone because of the humiliation I endured with my ex-husband. And maybe this is what my grandmother thought, ukuthi she can't go through it. She's just too fragile to go through izinto ezikanje.
Because that comes with a lot of ups and downs, this and this,
Exactly.
emotions, yeah.
Exactly. So I wrote that letter, and my psychiatrist advised me to burn the letter.
After writing it?
Yeah, we wrote the letter and we burnt it. She said to me, we will take it as, when the ashes, like we burnt the letter, and then she said, I need you to collect the ashes and then blow them away and hope that you will get the answer one day. That the answers will come back, that you will get the understanding, that you will hear from your grandmother, and that's exactly what happened for me, even though it happened 29 years later.
Okay.
Because ugogo came back, I could feel my grandmother's energy. I'm a psychic reader, by the way. I read energy. I don't have to listen to you to know that this is what she's saying. I read energy. I able to get to the bottom of something because I read energy. So her energy came and she made me understand that I was going through an awakening. That moment when I was being raped, that was my awakening. It's what they call rude awakening.
Okay.
An awakening is not something that comes to make you smile. It changes the trajectory of your life. It changes how you view things altogether. It changes your perception of things. Right? So I do carry this gift. Even my mom says my name was a prophetic name. She says that she gave me the name Nozipho because I'm a bearer of gifts. So that awakening was meant to bring me or to activate these gifts that I came into this world with.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it was painful experiences that I encountered. But who grows from laughing?
Yeah, true. What you said is very powerful. The whole awakening thing, yeah. Because I think that's another topic on its own.
Absolutely.
It needs to be unpacked.
Yeah.
So you bend the letter, and then what happens from there?
And then I was in hospital, started my treatment. And one thing led to another. I would leave the hospital, but I would notice that, I'm having my episodes would differ. Sometimes I have a panic attacks. They would happen at work. They would happen at home. And most people would think, idlozi,
When you have an episode.
Yeah, no, idlozi or something else, but they would just happen randomly. I remember at some point I was told I'm somebody who's not supposed to be too overly excited or too angry.
Okay.
Because it would trigger those episodes. So somehow, manic, I'm having a manic episode where I start seeing things on the wall that nobody else would see. I would feel like people hitting me. Like you
feel them.
Yeah, like khona abantu abangishayayo, and I'd scream, during the night, because khona umuntu ongishayayo, jump up. I would not be able to sleep. Mele medicate, injections,
Okay.
And those injections.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
You know why I'm asking this? You're saying, is it in the dream? Because now your grandmother has passed. I get you're having these episodes. What age is this? Like all of this that's happening.
Yeah,
when
this
is this
was like 19, 20, 21.
Okay.
Yeah,
your grandmother
around
passed
that
around that time, and then everything just started coming because now you've lost someone who used to, help you carry.
Yeah.
Then everything comes back.
Yeah.
That's when everything just.
Yeah. Okay. So when my grandmother passed, I was 20 years old.
Okay. I just wanted to understand when.
Yeah. I was 20 years old. And even after my grandmother's passing, I still...
Again?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. So I got the second time by someone I was in a relationship with. We had just started a relationship. And... now I'm in a church that says sex before marriage is a sin. And I'm following the rules of the church.
Okay, Nozipho, before we go to that, I know you guys are going to be on my neck about interrupting her when she was talking about those episodes she had. So I want her to take us back again to those episodes. We will continue from there, and then we will take it from there to when she was essayed for the second time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the episodes, they would differ. Like I said, I would have them at work. I would have them at home. I'd come back from a stadium and literally lose it. Because it's a stadium, I was up there, we were having fun. I was just too happy. And suddenly I'm crashing. I'm crashing and I need to be driven to hospital. So, sometimes I would try and unalive myself. When I would be doing it, it's not to say I'm attempting, but it's me wanting to unalive, to terminate my life. But it just wouldn't happen.
But you would try. Like it's something that you felt like this is what I want.
Yeah. I wanted to end this whole thing. It was too unbearable. It was too unbearable. The fact that I had to carry this thing by myself. The fact that no one else knew what was happening to me. It was heavy.
But were you not thinking of opening up to someone else in the family?
Did I trust them enough to tell them? I don't know, man. I think kids are able to see who's emotionally mature in the family. I went to the doctor in Soweto. It was a doctor ngase Josie FM.
Okay.
Yeah, offices. So when I got there, and also I had to go to a doctor that I would never go to on a normal day because I don't know why, honestly.
Oh, so you decided to just visit a random doctor?
Yeah, a random doctor. When I got there, the doctor's like, okay, let's do a pregnancy test. And I'm like, no, I'm not active. I'm not active. And I actually got so defensive towards the doctor. Yeah, but so it was the anger.
You angry,
I was in denial. I was angry. And I was like, no, I am not pregnant. I'm not active. And then we left it like that. I went home. I continued with whatever was happening to me. Then I was like, let me go to Dr. Obai Tete. Now, I mentioned the name. I went to Dr. Obai in September. He's my gynecologist because I also struggled with my lower abdomen. I had too many complications. So I had a gynae by then who was Dr. Obai. And I was still using my father's medical aid. I was still in my father's medical aid because being Agatole, I'm a medical aid. So when I got there, he takes my urine. He doesn't say anything, to me. He just continues with the job, takes my urine, tests it, and says, "Hi, man, I just tested you for pregnancy, but I see 2 lines. The other one is too faint, so I can't really tell what's happening. So let's do a scan." I agreed to the scan, and he says, "I still can't see anything. We have to do the vaginal scan." I panicked. Because he's about to tamper with me.
Yes.
And I'm not letting anyone do that to me. He's a man. The level of stress I had during the pregnancy. And there's so many things that she tried to do with me. She'd say, go to the mall, admire clothes and talk to the child. When you're listening to music, have one headset, in your tummy so that you connect. Since I love music, connect with the child via music. I tried all of that. It did not create the bond
with the child.
Me and the child. I was in hospital now, and I had a C-section. Then after, from a theater, I was taken to a maternity ward. I was alone in the maternity ward. I actually booked a private ward. I was alone there, and I had something like a vision because it appeared on the wall. So, when the Bible talks about Daniel seeing writing on the wall, I literally had something like that as well. And I saw that. I saw 2 names being written on the wall. The first was Kanyisile, and the second was Letuktula. And I took it that these are the names I'm meant to give to my daughter. I did exactly that. And it cancelled the name Uminati, which is the name I decided to give to my son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, after Ukanyi.
Okay.
Because I had a son after Ukanyi from my marriage. Now, we were separated in hospital with my daughter upon discharge. My mom had to take my daughter, and I went to Tepotemba Wellness Center because of depression.
Okay, so tell me, you talked about struggling to bond with the child while you were pregnant. Now the child comes. How are you with the child then?
Yeah, we were separated for 21 days.
Okay, upon her arrival, how did you feel?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was sleepy.
Okay, so I was
sleepy most of the time. I could not breastfeed. I was struggling. My nipples were blunt.
That one is a common thing among us women.
Yeah, I could not breastfeed. So I don't even remember, carrying her because I would carry her and just fall asleep.
Okay, so you don't remember if the bond was like instant when she arrived, when you held her, you don't remember anything?
I don't have any memory of that. Yeah.
So you go to the hospital?
So I went to Tepotemba, and some days my mom would bring her to come so I could see her, but it was, always for a short while. I was discharged eventually after 21 days, went back home.
That long?
Yeah.
You were admitted for depression?
Yeah.
It was bad?
It was.
Phew.
But also this became a normality for me. I lived in hospital, practically in hospital.
For the same
every
thing.
single year, depression, every single year.
Oh my God.
Every single year. The nurses in hospitals, we had a bond with these people, the staff in hospitals. They would say, "See you soon when I leave." Because they knew I'm going to come back. It was much more safer for me in hospitals than it was anywhere else.
Is that how you felt?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
never understood.
This brings me to this question. I'm sorry if I'm asking too many questions, guys.
Ask.
they're gonna come for me, I know. At home, after your grandmother's passing, who's there for you like your grandmother? Or closer at least, because you have a mom. You keep on saying mom.
Yeah,
Support system?
So I had a relationship with my aunt, my mom's younger sister.
Okay.
But it turns out it was not well founded. Maybe it was founded on momentarily things. It doesn't seem like I trusted her that much. Like I said, kids know people that are emotionally intelligent.
True.
You know, you can be academically intelligent, but emotionally, I know who is able to hold space for me and who's not. As a child, I can see that. I see that in my kids. I see that in other children. I see how kids relate to me now.
And it's been always said, Hori, kids have this thing of knowing.
Kids know. Kids know. So, thinking about it now, I don't think I felt like I could trust anybody
Okay.
enough to tell them about what had transpired. Yebo? So,
You get discharged?
yes, I was discharged eventually, and I went back home, and I still struggled to bond nomntwanami. As a result, she became closer to my mom than she did Gimi. It's because I did not put in that effort, Nami. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to. And now, fast forward, she's growing up, umntwana. I'm learning to be around her, but I don't know how to be there for, like, emotionally, to invest emotionally into this relationship. At the same time, ngingena nasemshadweni, I leave my daughter with my mom.
Okay. That's another interesting thing that you just said. Tell us about how you get married. I get it, you essayed, you have a child, and then you struggle to bond with your child, you get married.
Yeah.
You meet someone who marries you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I met this person at work where I worked. I'm not going to get into details of how we met, but from the moment I saw him, I was like, this is going to be my husband. Apparently, that's how he felt about me.
Wow.
So we both spoke to one person, the same person, yet we didn't know that. I don't know how it happened, but I went and, confided in this lady that I saw someone and I think he's my husband. He went to the same lady and said, I saw someone and I like her.
Oh my God.
Now she's getting two people coming to her saying the same thing, and she's like, okay, I'm going to bring them together.
Yeah, this is
she
love.
does exactly that. She brings us together, and then we get into a relationship and we talk about everything. Okay, so we both are Christians and we do not engage in sex until we married. So it forces us now to do things in a proper way, right? So that we do not sin against,
Yeah.
I will say God, but do not sin against the church. Do not go against the church.
The rules that are
the rules,
put
the
in
standards,
place. Yeah.
So we agree, and I think 3 months into the relationship, he comes back and says, I went to work at a certain place and I met this lady who said to me, her husband has been away for a very long time. Ngomsebenzi, she's lonely and she needs me to service her.
What?
And then he continues to say, and now I thought he's Betty. He says, I thought
My God.
He says, I thought ngiphethe iskaftin, but I can't eat it. So I'm the skaftin that he can't eat.
What?
So carry skaftin, but he can't eat it.
But he knew most, and you met Pela. This person is also Christian. You should understand.
Yeah, also being Christian doesn't make you. Doesn't mean you're connected to God.
Yeah.
Let's be clear on that.
Yeah. True.
Going to church does not say anything about the relationship that you have with God. Just like I never had a relationship with God, but I was in church. I did not know anything about God, but I was in church. I knew everything about church. I lived for church.
Just going there.
But it was never about God.
So he says that, and how do you feel?
I feel pressured. Now I want to give you me. I want to give myself to you so that I keep you.
Oh my God.
Because I'm also desperate. You've promised me marriage. I want to get married.
He was manipulating you. That's manipulation at its best.
I mean, I'm seeing girls esontweni bephakanyiswa beshadwa. Angengidlulwe. You know, so I'm going to have this with you because I need to secure the ring.
Yeah.
I want to secure the ring. I did exactly that, fell into the trap, and immediately I fell pregnant.
Oh.
Just once.
Girl, you're fertile.
I fell pregnant, and now we have to speed things up. Kumele alobole.
Before the child comes.
Yeah. Kumele kuvalwe ihlazo.
Yeah.
Yabo? Alobole. Bavele ekhaya fasting. And you know, my uncle actually said to me, "Uyenhluphekweni." That's what my uncle said. Uzohlupheka laphaya.
Why? What did he see?
I don't know what he saw.
Wow.
I don't know what he saw. My dad asked me on that day, Bekhona, are you sure you want to do this? Yes, Baba, I'm sure. Yeah.
And you were sure? Were you sure?
I don't know. I was desperate. Desperation.
How do you, like right now you interpret it as desperation? Why?
Because I literally overlooked everything that was happening.
Yeah.
What is not desperate about that?
But when you met him, it wasn't desperation, right? You felt like...
It wasn't desperation. It was the right thing to do.
Yeah, it felt
Then
right.
it was the right thing to do.
It felt right.
Then it was his mine. God wants me to have this. This God was a sontweni, wants me to have this. This God that I've never had an encounter with wants me to. Then that's what I thought. Yeah.
Then you guys get married?
So we get married. Also, nomshado wakhona wrong because I was there with the pastor before him. I was the one waiting for him.
You? It goes back to the fact that you are the one who was like, that's my husband.
The problem was with me.
I'm happy that, not happy, I don't know, what, but you acknowledge you're taking responsibility for your part in it. That means you've healed.
I'm raising girl kids, baby. I need them to know when you that reckless, when you're that careless with your choices. I need them to learn from their own mom. They have an example close by. They don't have to go and refer to Sbanbani or hear from another person, Gudelena, or from another podcast. I sit down with my kids and I tell them these things.
Yeah.
I sit down with my kids and I'm say, I didn't see anyone do this with me and I'm going to do it with you.
Sure. Yeah.
And one thing I'm very clear about to my kids is you are not mine, you are God's. God gave you to me to guide through this life, not for me to control you. So I am here as a guardian to you guys. I'm here to give guidance where I can. It's up to you if you take this or not.
True.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna force anything on you guys. Yeah. So
You are married.
yeah.
To this man.
So now I am married hardly a month, because I got married on the 30th of November.
Which year
But
is this?
2012.
Okay.
30th November 2012. On the 24th of December, this is the first time he lays his hand on me. I am pregnant.
A month into the marriage.
I am pregnant. Ngomntwanakhe. He lays a hand on me.
Sure.
Why is that? He doesn't have a phone. And I say, okay, since you don't have a phone, we newlyweds. We have nothing to hide. I'm not even thinking about all of those things. I'm just saying now, we had nothing to hide. I need to so let's use the same phone. We do that. He goes and gives his girlfriend a number.
Sure.
I get a text, a WhatsApp text. It was not an SMS, it was a WhatsApp text.
So already he's cheating in that new.
I think he's been doing it. He's been doing it. So I'm sitting now in the bedroom and he's cooking a kitchen. Comes in a text, and because if I am, I open my phone and there's a text, unsaved number. So is your wife going home for Istwezi, something like that?
Sure. The girlfriend is asking.
Yeah. And okay, she also said, do you want me to come there?
Sure. It means she comes to your house as well.
Yeah. So it was clear. Ukuthi kwenzakalani. One thing about me, I will not fight anyone. I will not fight a man.
So
this
how
is
do
one
you
thing
go
I
about
pride
it?
myself with, Mina. I just went up from the bed and I said, oh, you've got a message.
Sure.
He hit me. Ngempama.
He hits you for showing him the message from the girlfriend.
Why did you view it? Why did you open it?
Oh my God.
I called his mom. Mama ulichatung shayil. His mom comes to the house and she says, you know, Wanaga, utotlameila khotlela. I don't know, angwazi khuluma isipedi ke mina.
Like khotlela all the beating and
yeah, athi yena amadoda wabo back then bebabashaya.
AS4.
As if now I must tolerate this BS.
So she's basically teaching you already, this is your marriage and it's gonna be like this. He's gonna beat you once in a while or almost all the time, but you gotta enjoy.
You earned this.
Sure. It's like he did you a favor.
She says that, and I khotlelelat. I did.
Why?
But it didn't last long. It didn't last long. When I left that marriage, ngaphuma sengene isibhedlele ne.
How long were you guys married?
7 months.
Ooh! I'm sorry, but
7 months.
So in that 7 months, everything happened so bad that you knew, you're the one who left him.
Yeah.
You knew, no, this is not it.
Married 7 months and I left. Mangzo Puma, he comes back. So he was studying at that time. He comes home from school. So uqala emsebenzini. After work, he goes to school for class. So bege correspond. So he goes to class and then comes back home. Magafika. Also, you know, being in the church, when I had premarital counseling, I was told umfazi akalali ngama-pijama.
At least you had that.
I did. Umfazi akalali ngama-pijama, so ulala unqunu. Now nginjalo nginqunu mina embhedeni. He comes back and he says, can we talk? Right? Also, this is the same person, because I would leave ngama weekends ngihambe ngekhaya. He would bring women, bagqoke izinto zami, my lingerie, and he would create videos. Then ngisendlini, he's watching the same videos ngisendlini. Ngiphume kamereni, I walk into him watching those videos.
That's sick.
And then I'd get a
He
beating.
doesn't care, Hori, you
for
see
that.
him.
Yeah, I would get a beating for that. And I'm shy in such a way that the next day, like shy is Saturday, the next day esontweni angiphakamisa yabo umsadi waka umubutsana angenze yabona la ngishaye kho beka ngishaye ebusweni angipress la yabo.
Patum. That's not even funny.
He helped me financially also. He did.
Physically, financially, and emotionally.
Emotionally,
yeah.
verbally, the things he would say, umntana komubi mnyama, umntana. That was the last straw when he said that. He had never said it before. Yes, he would tell me bipolar wena type 2, or in stage 2 or type 2. He'd say, use such terms. But yeah, the last straw was when he said umntwana. And I retaliated. I said, oh, but you also have umntwana neidlebe. Yabo. That was very petty of me, but I said it. And that disturbed him. When I said that, he didn't take it well. I literally fell to the ground. Bekafaka ma boots. Angqokanga lutho. Now this is on the night that he comes back from esikolweni. He finds me in bed and says he wants to talk to me. So ngifaka gown.
Yeah, because
I just got up from the bed and then I put on my gown.
Yeah. Kid.
Now my kids are not there. We had my son. My son was there. Our
in
son.
The house.
Yeah, he was little. He was tiny.
Okay, we're going to have a part 2 definitely, because guys, she has a lot to tell. So thank you so much for coming. No, see, I'm gonna call you that because I'm not good with CZ.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Yes, that was our episode with Nosi, and we're going to have a part 2, like I said. Kindly subscribe to the channel and take the number that's popping on the screen to write to us. Tell us your story. Come forward and heal yourself, heal other people, motivate. We do a lot of things here, like I always say. We motivate, we heal, all of that. And guys, from your Zanahan, I'll be tapping out. See you on my next video.